All right, hello and welcome, everyone. This is your sign to go and paint something. So here we go. Let's see. Let's do this. Where'd that page go? Let's go right down there. So we're gonna get started on this painting here in just a moment. I just need to get situated here. But if there's ever a sign for you to go paint something, now would be it. This is it. This is your sign. Something about this live stream is calling you, calling your attention to go paint. Not watch this. Don't watch this live stream. Go. I hope that. So this is funny. I always often think of like, what if I had a producer, like a producer who actually managed my live streams? Like they would absolutely like fire me in a moment because as I paint, people ask me before, hey, should I want to go like draw something or paint something, but I also want to like stay on your live stream. And often what comes to my mind is like, I don't want people to be glued to my live stream. I want people to like feel inspired to like go grab a paintbrush and go paint. And if anyone ever has the question, that if you ever have that like inkling of like procrastination in your head, that like that thing that's pulling you toward, what's up, Gianna? Hello and welcome. If something's pulling you towards something creative versus scrolling or staying on this live stream, I want to say this right now. I hope that you choose to leave and go pick up that pencil. This is your sign. No other live stream on the entire planet will tell you, hey, go do that activity that you want to do right now. Except maybe like if you have an exercise stream and you can kind of work out with them. But I'm not an instructional live stream. This is not a Bob Ross. This is how you paint stuff. This is just me painting stuff, and I talk about stuff along the way. However, more importantly, as these live streams go on, I love this idea of being that voice that stops you from procrastinating. If that's, I'm not saying everyone's doing that, but if you happen to be procrastinating, I would love to be on Instagram and be scrolling, and then someone's suddenly like, dude, get off Instagram, go paint. That'd be great. So this is one of those for people that want it, that want that little extra drive. Here it is. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue with this painting. There's a couple of major issues in this painting right now because I changed this part of the painting. So let's pop open our supplies. We're going to pop open our Masterson sealable palette right now. The painting in the back, you mean behind me, this one? Yes, thank you. Appreciate you. It's one I've been working on for a couple of days now. We'll continue to work on it over the course. I'll probably be working on this at least for like a week or two. At least a week or two. And, you know, throughout my live streams. So usually I share the whole process, but this was, I started this painting during a wedding. So this was painted live during a wedding. And, you know, unfortunately, because it was a wedding, I could not live stream at the wedding. I guess it's not unfortunate. There's nothing unfortunate about that. It's just, you know, as far as people who love, you know, being part of these streams, I wasn't able to provide that. But here we are. So we're continuing to paint here, and we will build up this painting now. So some of the things I need to modify here. I need to modify the face. I need to update the face a little bit. Oh no, that's horrible. I left one of my brushes upside down in the holder. That's not good for your brush tips. You gotta leave them straight up. So anyways, but welcome, Gianna. That is a new name in this live stream that I've not seen before, or maybe I just don't remember. But welcome. All names are welcome. Everybody's welcome. Everybody is welcome to these live streams. But here we go. Let's do this. We're going to continue building this painting. So far, I've got a good grasp on the foreground. I've got a good grasp on this this area here. So there's some more details. I think right now I should spend a little extra time working on the face, capturing certain details of the face. And how do I do that? We're gonna pick up a little bit of red. And we're gonna pick up some red, and we're gonna lay it down into this guy's face. We're using a nice thin brush for this. Hopefully, you know, I try to remember not to cover up too much of this view. But we're gonna go around and just ever so gently layer some red highlights into his face. And let's see, some of this color could also go into here. Let's see. We're gonna bring some highlight along the top of the nose here. And let's bring this shadow down a little bit right along the cheek. And let's find the shadow around her face here. Add a nice subtle transition around her face here. And let's go like this. We're gonna come down around here. And we're gonna bring some of this around the ear here. And let's bring in some of these highlights now. bit of highlight onto the face. Along the forehead and along the front of the cheeks here. And let's bring this in front of the ear. And here we go. So allowing the paint to just do its own work. And here we go. So I'm gonna find some yellow highlights to add around the cheeks. I'm gonna use some yellow highlights around the cheek here, or this face. Around the front of the face. Just create like a subtle transition color in between. How do we manage his face here? Let's bring in, let's see, how do we get this ear just right? A good way to get the ear just right. Let's see if we can get this little transition here. Bring this lip up. And there we go. So it's great. Gotta adjust this lip a little bit. Add some pinks into this lip here. So I really like where her the face on the left is at, but I definitely still have a lot of work to do the husband here. A lot of work on that. It's just going to be a combination of, finding the right highlights and shadow combinations to bring out the face. And let's see, so it's going to come around. And here we go, just building up this painting little by little. Maybe, should I bring it a little closer? Let me see if I can bring this just a little closer. Let's see, drag this up a little bit. Let me see what's going on here. If I bring this a little closer. I'm just finding the perfect amount of detail in the lips, in this like lip area. This is a really challenging angle because, you know, their heads are tilted at different angles. So, you know, I do find it funny, like as I'm painting this, no one knows, very few people has seen this couple in this moment as long as I have. As far as, you know, trying to study the overall, study the design of this, right? To study how this face interacts and the structure of, you know, this beautiful moment. But that comes with the territory, you know, like when you draw or paint or all these things, it's so easy to you gotta pay attention to people. You gotta look at people. You gotta, you know, you gotta find a good balance when you're out in public. If you see someone that has like a really interesting face that you would love to like paint, sometimes you really gotta like control yourself and be like, and not stare. It can be kind of difficult sometimes, you know, because when it comes to like drawing and painting, as far as my personal tastes go, it's not like, you know, the most beautiful or whatever. It's really the most interesting, right? Like if someone's got like a really interesting face wrinkle, or if someone's got a really interesting like nose shape that's really distinct, like that's like very, very interesting to me, as far as when you're looking at people and trying to decide how you know, if you want to paint them, or, you know, not if you want to paint them, but just like kind of keep their face in mind for future, for an idea, you know. So here we go. We're going to come around like so, and we're going to add this little red area right down around the ears. Give them some shape here. And then over time, we're definitely going to give her a little bit more color. And here we go. So right now I could see that I could start to, you know, little by little, as I make up these details, I can start to modify the face in a way that looks more accurate. So, you know, for this, I already see that I can make some modifications to the hair. So her hair and her ear, the shape of the ear needs to be fixed up a bit. I'm getting the ears just right. And Beautiful, beautiful hair. The hair in this, the way the stylist did this hair was absolutely stunning. As I'm like looking at it, you know, because I'm just staring at this hair and it's like, it's impeccable how this hairstylist did this hair. The hairstylist was absolutely impeccable. I'd give them a shout out if I knew their name. I do not know the hairstylist's name. But let's see here. I need a palette knife to modify this painting, so I'm gonna take this painting. There's a little piece on the hair. It's a little bit of a paint remnant that is giving the hair an extra thickness that I don't really like. There we go. Just clean that off. And here we go. I think we've got a good handle on the face here. And what I'm doing, so how I clean my brush is I jump back and forth. So every time I use this brush, if I'm using the same brush, every time I go back and forth, I pretty much change up my brush. And I basically, you know, wipe it down with mineral spirits. I pretty much wipe it down with some mineral spirits, and that's it. Just a little mineral spirit wipe down. And here we go. Let's find some of this darker red here. This burnt sienna. And let's see how we can find this color in the eyes. I want these eyes to be less dark in this area. Let's give it let's take a little bit more of our highlight here. And want to smooth out this transition around the face. And bring this around the front of the face. All right, I think we're in a good spot with our head here. A nice little romantic looking spot. So let's go ahead and bring in some tiny ear details. Nothing too, just a little bit of an ear detail. Capture where the ear little ear detail that we need. Right? Ears need details. Ears need details. Without ears, if the ears are wrong, the whole head looks wrong. So we're going to throw this earlobe right around here. Or not earlobe, but just the ear hole. We're just establishing, you know, some darker areas where the ear finds its shape. And let's do it with this side as well. Her ears are definitely much more delicate as far as this angle is concerned. And let's go, we're gonna come up like that. Just trying to find the right balance of red to put across her cheeks, because obviously she would be blushed, right? She's gonna have a little bit of blush, but it's just finding that right amount of blush for both of them is what we're working on right now. Just finding that little perfect amount of blush, you know, around the front of the cheek. Because it can't be too red. We don't want it to be, you know, the faces to be too pale, because we know that's, you know, the beauty of humans, the beauty of a human being is, you know, everything, right? Everything. Is the flush, our blood vessels, all of these things, when you're trying to capture it, make a human body. All the greens and the yellows, the blood vessels and everything. These are all things that make the human body just fantastic. It's all the things that make us human beings. And let's see, paint this. I don't want to do the body too much. I know the body looks a little weird right now because I used a totally different photo for this versus the one that I'm using now, so I have to make some adjustments, but I at least want to tackle some of these other parts right here. We've totally changed the arm positioning. So now I have to modify the gown a little bit, but let's go like this. Try to find a good transition area here. I feel like I'm definitely at a place where this where the shape and the overall design of these faces is looking great. So now I really just have to eventually finalize certain decisions. And it's harder to paint from this angle because the light is actually here, so I'm gonna have to block the screen for a little bit, for a second. All right. Just getting the shape of the ear down. Getting some of the highlights around the ear. This little triangle shape here. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna add some shadow into here. And then this nose section is going to create like a triangle coming up. Let's bring this eye down a little bit. I'm gonna need a more delicate brush for this. Let's see. Trying to think. What's going on, Michael? The only artist that uses both sides of the canvas to paint on saves money. Talking about me? The more details, the better the painting becomes. Am I using both sides of the painting to paint on? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? push this tiny transition here. Okay, it's a little better. Oh, shoot. Let's see here. All right, we're going to take a break on some of these fine details for now. Let me see what I could do. I need to get the area around the shoulders. I want to get the lighting right around the shoulders here. So this needs to be totally different, the area around the shoulders, because it needs to be a much smoother transition from the back of her neck to shoulder here. So let's go find that. And honestly, they might have even redone her hair like between the beginning of the wedding. Not redone, but just like tightened it up. I don't know. I mean, so I got between an actual event and when I got my references. So if anyone is curious, like about this overall process, how I did a live wedding painting. Obviously, it's not live anymore because I have it at home, right? I'm working on this from home. I take it home. I work on it till it's at a level that I like. But that said, you know, at the wedding there was photographs. And there was photographs of photograph sessions. So obviously, during that photograph session, I joined the photographers and captured my own photos that I eventually used as a reference here. All right, let's clean off this brush. And try to find a way to shape this area in here. So this area needs to be, let's find some greenery. Let's find a nice green. Modify this section. It needs to go between the arms pretty much. Unless it's his arm on the other side. There's got to be like an arm on the other side, right? Yeah, he must have an arm on the other side. So if we're actually looking at this, it wouldn't be totally unrealistic if he didn't have his arms on the other side. Like I'm trying to decide if this should be like a green that, with this background, or whether I can use his other arm. As like a reference point. So I definitely have to thin out her arm because it is not this wide, even down to here. I'm gonna grab a different brush. I need to smooth out. I need to smooth out the surface here. So I need to grab like a brushy brush here. Let's smooth out the surface around her arm here. Otherwise the painting is going to be a little too thick. And there we have it. You know, I wonder if I could start to shape the start to add the veil now. All right, Boshra, hello, welcome. We are in Los Angeles. Hello, Boshra. Boshra Hossam, you. And by the way, you know, if you are visiting from Amazon Live, this is a live stream, which means all are welcome to join in on a conversation. Join in on a conversation, people. That's what this is all about. And here we go. So we're going to actually take the veil, which is along her head here, and the veil actually falls behind her, which is great. So I'm going to try to find the shape of this veil. Comes up around her ear right here. I have no idea how a veil attaches to a head, but you know, as long as I follow the shape, I feel like I'm okay. Comes out right around here. And then there's another section right about there. And here we go. Let's see, how far down does the veil go? Hopefully I won't lose that detail. I can't really tell how far down the veil goes, so I kind of have to make it up. It's like a waterfall, I guess. So let's just start to design this now. I'm gonna get the veil, bring the veil down. Just bring it straight down. I'm almost hesitant to do it just yet. Oh, because there's so much already here. So much detail. But so much detail as far as like this landscape is concerned, but it's okay. We're gonna go bring this down. We're gonna go bring down our veil here. I'm just gonna build this veil directly down. Just let it drop down and have like a natural fall from the body. I don't need to worry about the hair so much in this section. We're just laying down a base color here. So there's a little bit of issues. The only problem is, I think the only problem is that there's dried paint. There's some dried paint here already. This won't be as smooth, but I'll have the veil. We're gonna build the veil up. Get a couple more layers of white on top of this, and we should be pretty solid with this. I do want to pull off a little piece of I wonder if the other piece will come off too. Let's see. You know, I don't want to mess with it too much. Probably better to leave the remnants of what was under there, showing the change over time versus over, you know, trying to leave too many little marks. But she didn't have the veil in my original reference photos, so that's where I, you know, took the reference photos a little early. Because part of the challenge is, you know, finding the right time to start. You know, you want to be able to paint while the wedding's going on, because, or not. You know, I actually don't paint during the ceremony. I try to pay attention during the ceremony, but as the wedding's festivities are happening, you know, it's nice to have people just be able to like stop by and say hello and all these things. We're going to keep bringing this down, and we're just going to bring this veil down here and bring it down. Go around. Very nice round idea here. Some little forms. Get some natural forms here. Otherwise, it'll look too stiff. So that's part of the thing, is you don't want to make it look too stiff. So there we go. That'll be something to work on over the next few days here. Yo, what's up, Azraya? How are you? I'm trying to think, how would a veil fall on this object? I can't just like let it sit. If a veil goes all the way down, I wish I got more photos with the veil on. Here we go, let's see. Oh, we got one. Anybody know how long a veil goes? Looks like the one in the back of, okay, the one of them is about waist length, but there's another one that goes all the way down. So there we go. So I have this a little bit off. So one of them actually goes all the way down. Let's drop this and give this a more natural shape here. So we're going to go down like this. And here we go. All right, it's cool. So there's a dark green on this surface right now, and or not a dark green. What I was saying, it's like a light green, and that's fine because what I think it'll do is it'll give our final version of this a nice little pop, some nice little pops of color. And let's see what we can do in adding more of these greens into our plant life here. We can actually kind of make this pop a little bit. Instead of making it look like a Christmas tree, we can add some little details. We can use this color to add some details. And then let's see how we can add this right here. And then we can add some big ones right around here. Let's go to some bigger leaves. Nice big leaf right here. And then we'll do the same we'll add some more density to some of the leaves here. So this is just adding some more detailed leaves. Pretty straightforward, nothing that would be out of reach from anybody, but ultimately, you know, this is a sign to go paint, people. If this is something that you want to do, painting is awesome. Painting is the best. One of the best. I definitely find, as far as fine art goes, sculpture Sculpture seems to be more popular nowadays. Like, seems to be having like a surge. Anything sculptural, you know, anything that takes up volume rather than just like 2D space. Because at the end of the day, there's only so much wall space, but like people have a lot of people sometimes have a lot of floor space. Even if they love arts, you know, it's like sometimes people have a lot of extra floor space. Let's go ahead and grab this color again. You know what I can do is I can actually keep pulling color away from this. We can actually build. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. 2, and then 3. And then we could go on the top here and just have some little decorative little dots. Some little decorative dots here. One great thing about paintings with like a lot of natural stuff in them is like, you know, if you want to take a break, because I could, you know, I probably could spend all my time just totally just modifying and arranging and you know, fixing the figure here. But it's nice to like break up what you're doing and, you know, jump into different activities. So we'll modify his back a little bit. Something going on in the back there. And let's see. I could probably add some detail into this. Oh, you know what I should do also? Is we're gonna take some of this. We're gonna take like a dark green. I can start painting in the background a little bit. A blue. Don't want a blue. No, it needs to be like an army green color. So maybe a hint of red. Let's see about tightening up this space. So we're going to draw a line right here. Everybody hear my cat? My cat makes funny sounds. No, this needs to be a little lighter. This angle. Let's jump on this side now. I'm gonna go and bring this down. And then same thing for this side. So a little bit of a steep angle here. Everybody see that? Everybody see that I'm painting these windows here. And then one last one right down here. Let's get a little bit more of this paint. And we're just gonna build these colors into. Trying to make it so everybody can see. Still getting used to this massive easel. It's a really big easel. And this really is the first time that I've like gotten so close to the painting on each side. I usually don't do that. I don't know why this one specifically has me getting it. I can't tell if it's because of the easel or because of the painting, but this painting isn't that much bigger than some of the other stuff I've done. So I'm not really sure why I'm doing this as far as like going all the way to this side. I don't usually do that. But anyway, let's go with a little bit of a gold. Let's grab some yellow. Gonna create this nice little ridge right here. Another one right here. And one more down right there. Now let's see what sort of, I probably should eventually do this other side all together. That'd be good, right? All together, just doing this. Let me see, I'm actually using a different reference photo too. All right, let's go slightly bigger brush now. We're going to bring in this yellow. Oops. Let's see. Is that okay? Nope, that's not okay. It's got to be like that. And here we go. So let's Let's make this straightened up a little bit. Bring this building down, make it more specific, make it brighter. Improve the paint density of it. Let's go into here. We're going to build the same color. Maybe give it a little bit more width here. Just take about half this area. Now let's do another wall area here. How does this interact? Cut this down a little bit. So we're gonna come down here. Just paint what you see, Emmett. That's it. Don't overthink it. Just paint what you're seeing. That's what I gotta tell myself. It's easy to overthink what you're doing on painting when you have so many details to capture. And sometimes you just got to remind yourself, you know, just paint what you're seeing. That's it. Just whatever you're seeing, paint it. Don't stress about it. Don't try to figure out what it is. Just realize that it is what it is. Whatever you are seeing, believe it. And here we go. Let's do this. You got my yellow ochre color building in the foundations of the inside of these buildings. It's not even the inside, it's like between this building, just like such. It's a lot of architecture, let's just put it that way. A lot of design went into these buildings, planning of these buildings. You gotta think, like, you know, as we're painting, you know, anytime you're painting something that's like based off of something that already exists, how many, you know, machines and years of planning went into this building for the architect to finally come up with this design. And it could have been overnight, I don't know, but it's just interesting to think that, you know, here I am with the goal of trying to capture it in just a few moments. And let's just see if it looks accurate. Okay, cool. You know, the buildings are, use some rulers, but it's not good. And let's go. Let's go. So Amazon, never mind. I was gonna say Amazon. I was gonna say something about Amazon, but I'm gonna change my mind. I'm not going to. Amazon, great company. Very helpful. It's totally helped me pursue my creative dreams. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take this. It's gonna paint all the way across this round area. And almost there, almost. Almost near the end with this specific part of the building here. It's like a really interesting glass roof or something. Oh. Alright. So let's see, right like this. The thing about Los Angeles is there's like virtually no clouds. So I kind of gotta like make some up. There's no clouds sometimes. Can you believe that? Los Angeles sometimes has no clouds. Just like a wispy, there's just like this wispy space in the sky. That's why people love Los Angeles. That's why people love California. Lightening this space up even more. Just to capture the full effervescence of... Alexa, what is the definition of effervescence?
I have a few definitions for the noun. Effervescence. 1. The escape of gas from solution in a liquid, especially the escape of carbon dioxide from a carbonated drink. 2. Vivacity. 3. Ferment.
I don't know if those are the words I'm looking for. Let me bring in a bit more blue. So these colors, nice clear light blue here. And honestly, I think I need to go over this area with the same blue, even more white. We're going to bring this area up from here. Yo, painting is amazing. TikTok is blowing you up. It's Raya. How's your TikTok's going good? That's good to hear. I stopped using TikTok. TikTok's great though. Amazing platform. I would totally use it if I was, starting all over again on a platform, but congrats. TikTok is for amazing people who are willing to stream and just, share a part of themselves, share a part of their life. Really is an amazing platform. Who keeps? Okay, fine. I was gonna try to keep my cat away, but she won't stay away. Hey.
Hi.
You're back earlier than I expected.
Hi.
Yeah.
How?
I'm here. Just walk in. What do you?
Hi.
I mean, how?
Well, the mail.
Huh?
I don't think you got the mail
I did.
on. So much.
I don't know.
Just
All right.
Hi.
All right. That's enough.
What's enough?
Hmm?
What's enough? Hi. Hi, Scout. Enjoying the
Yes, he is. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it lovely outside?
mail.
I don't know.
Mail.
I think these colors need to be a bit more green.
Hi, guys. Hi. This was a whole spa experience.
Wow.
I didn't know, Maggie didn't know. Her friend Sarah was supposed to do this and asked her, I guess just yesterday, to do it, and she couldn't do it.
So you had a spa day?
That's what they did, yeah, the whole thing, yeah, for free, but they took pictures of us for the catalog. And you know who was there? This lady from Bruce Wynn's party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joyce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the cook lady.
Oh, that's cool. I am streaming, by the way.
Yeah, so it's good to see her again. And Bonnie cannot get me a ticket for tomorrow, but I can go and watch the
Oh yeah, it's open to the public.
Huh?
So that's open to the public. Good.
I don't know what to do about dinner now. I'm going to that cookout, but I don't even have food to bring to it.
Well, I don't know. All right, so here we go.
What do you feel like?
Huh?
Do you feel like eating?
What do I feel like eating? I don't know. I haven't thought about it until now. Whatever I want. Yeah, well, when I want it, I'll know what I want. When that time
All
comes.
this crap is Scientology. A clogging up your mail. Oh, sorry. My kitties.
All right. Here we go. All right, here we go. Building up this stuff. And we're gonna go with some darker highlights into some of these other windows. Let's go a little darker on this color. All right, and building up this color here.
Hi, baby.
I'm gonna go with some of these darker spaces. Let's go bring this
The
down.
cat seat?
Yeah, I fed them a little bit.
Alright, I'm just gonna bring my hot dogs and bread. That's all.
Okay. And here we go. Let's build up this section here. Let's add a color variation in this area. All right, and let's see. We keep this going. It's actually looking good. These windows. The windows are looking like windows, which is exactly what we want. What's up? Oh me. Oh me. Oh me. Oh me. Oh me. Oh my God, Kat.
What?
Ever since you got in here, every single thing out of your mind has just been it's like.
It's not a complaint. I figured your viewers could hear it.
Huh?
I was explaining.
All right.
It sounds good.
Complaining about the mail, complaining about the toilet, complaining about.
It's not a complaint. I'll stop talking to you. It's not a complaint. Ever. I don't see anything that would be considered a complaint. And now I'm complaining about you telling me I'm complaining. Let go of my bathing suit, Scout. What do you want you now? Yes.
All right. Trying to find how to make these windows look more natural. I think they need a little bit more shadow. Like at least these over here are kind of these over here need a bit of work. Does anyone else have that? Anybody else have someone in there that the moment that they walk into their home, it's just this huge ball of of this energy?
Are you complaining about it?
Yes. Well, no, I'm not complaining about it. I'm asking if other people have this experience. Huh? All right. Well.
You got food right there.
Let's fill out some of this middle section here. So we're gonna go down, whatever's in the center here, we're gonna come down. You know what, we should, whatever's here. All right, and then let's go, come down right around here, bring this up. We need more painting in the world? Yeah, we do. We need more painting. Less complaining, more painting. What? Here we go. figure out how to make this these reflections feel really natural, you know? That's the job here we're working on.
Bye.
Take care. Okay. Go around this. This one's the most reflective one, so we're going to actually bring in some reflections into this. Alrighty. There we go. Okay, let's find this like yellow. Let's see how we can manage this section in the back here. So I'm going to bring in some highlights back here. And these are going to be pretty much horizontal highlights. So we're going to go it's like something in the background. I don't know what the background is, but something there. There's too many. I think there's too many like bright values in this. Yeah, there's way too many bright values. I need to do some separating. How do I do that? Let's see. Like everything's just getting lost with these super bright values. I need some contrast. Okay, let's see. Yo, what's up, WOF? How are you? Trying to navigate these super bright values right now. I like how our figures are looking. I like how our flowers are looking, but I'm just not happy with the super bright values yet. Just don't like all these super bright values. I do this section? You know, negative energy really saps me. Let's keep this going. Okay. Take a different brush and let's place down some black line work. Black line work. Come down here. Let's come around here. Do a nice big line right here. Let's grab some more paint right now. Let's come down with this one right here. Do another one. It's like a random line. It's like random lines right in here. So we're gonna come up with another one right here. Let's do this next one right now. These would be really helpful in breaking up the vision. Okay, and here we go. So definitely, I guess as we go into the background, we don't need to make it as detailed. But I do want to add, you know, certain design elements that help to break it up. Like up here needs work. This area needs some work. And I think these lines will help to break up the space. Let's go like this. So we're going to come in here and we're going to get a little really trying to find a good way to make our shadows work. Let's see, we can actually go across this now. Let's across the top of this roof here. Love all the details in the background. Amazing. How has today been for me? Looks pretty good so far. What's negative that's happened? You missed the my girlfriend came home and she was just like complaining about everything. Everything she spoke was something upsetting. She was upset at the world. She just had a spa day too. You know, like she went to the spa and she probably had a couple drinks, which is when she gets all like complaining. Yes, this is unnecessary drama for Amazon, but YouTube's probably used to this by now. Just complaining. It's all good, all good. Just all part of living with people, living with your partners. But definitely, it's one of those things, you know, when you know, if you want to like do something, if you want to paint or do something, the last thing you want someone is barging in to your studio after you've had like tremendous focus, and suddenly, you know, something happens. But you know, I get it. At the same time, you know, this is a home space, not a studio space, so technically, you know, I take up a lot of it. So I get it, you know. It's one of those things where it can cause contention. In an ideal world, no one would ever complain about anything. In an ideal world. But in a world where nobody complains about anything would be kind of boring, right? It would be lame. Who wants to live in a place where nobody complains about anything? That'd be lame. Everybody's got complaints. We need drama. Drama is necessary to thrive, right? Okay, and here we go. I think one of these eventually is gonna have the least angle. Maybe this one will have like the least angle. We're gonna go with this one. What is you doing, Scout? What you doing down there? My cat's starting to get a little adventurous. He's trying to escape. Scout, are you trying to escape over there? Let me check on you. No, you're not. Good boy. It's on the other side of this door. Yeah, because it'll be in order and no one will disagree like robots in the world. Same thoughts as everyone else. But it wouldn't hurt to be in a world with a bit less complaints. Yeah. True that. Alright. But anyway. She puts up with me, she can complain. Oh. Let's go this down. You know, I think a lot of... What's up, Scout? Hey, who wants to see my cat? Let's see. Who wants to see my cat? Oh, no, never mind. He was peeking his head around the door a second ago. Scout, what you doing peeking around the door, huh? Oh, hey! No, come on. Try to escape. Go nowhere, okay? I think he was only peeking around the door because he wanted to see if I was still here. He's like, oh, I can escape now. He's not here. I can escape now. This other color. Oh, you know what I should have done before I painted these little designs is I should have added whatever was up here in the first place. So that's what I got to do right now. Let me grab a different brush and grab a different brush right now. We're gonna go with a slightly different brush. We'll find a dark green. Just adding some plant details that were up here. Scout, think I don't hear you, bro? You don't think I hear you trying to escape? What do you want to escape for? You got everything you need, dude. You got food, no adventure, but you got food. So when I adopted him, I signed a contract. That said we wouldn't allow him to be an outdoor cat. Because LA does have like a stray cat problem. You know, they have a problem with people allowing their cats outdoors. Causing problems out in nature. You know what? We can actually add a variety of colors to this. Doesn't just have to be this like dark green. Why not just add some some pops of yellow. We're just gonna go around and make these little areas. Actually, it probably has to be a dark green because otherwise it won't stand out. Or at least a darker green. Let's see, we've got a couple of leaves right here. Scout, what you doing, dude? Don't get trapped out there. Is he coming? Scout? I think he got out. Alright, let me go fetch my cat here. Scout, dude. Where are you? Yeah, come on. You know, here's the thing is like, I don't think he would actually escape, right? Like, he's a cat. I think, you know, at some level, he really just wants to kind of just see what's going on locally. You know what? I should take him on a walk. We got a cat carrier now. I feel like I should take him on a walk. That would be a good thing to do for him right now. He's a little upset. But I don't know how he'll do inside a cat carrier. Or a cat backpack. We got a cat backpack for our cats. I'm curious how he would do in it. Might have to test it out soon. Maybe later. Scout, where you at? Now let me put you in a cat carrier. Is that what you want to do? You big guy? Put you in a cat carrier, kick you out. Oh, you know. I wish I'd gotten photos of the trees. Because there's trees here. I wish I got photos of these trees. Oh, that'd have been perfect. To stick right here. Just a big old tree. Well, I have to look through the photos and see if there's a photo of a tree here. Because that would really help to balance this painting quite a lot. All right, and on top of that, let's see, we've got this green here. Let's pop some of these greens into here. All right, and here we go. We're gonna take a little break now. I might come back. I don't know yet. I might come back in a bit. Let's see if we can throw down some of this black on this outfit here. Here we go. Let's see how this looks. I'm gonna go down to here. That paint's still really wet. And let's clean off this brush. I need to go see if the cat will go in our cat carrier. It's nighttime out, but let's see if he'll do it. We're gonna go for a walk. Walk our cats. My cat, I've tried putting on a leash on him, but like he doesn't like to walk on a leash. So I tried doing a cat leash, or I guess it's a dog leash design that's small enough for a cat. They never really went for it. But here we go. We're wrapping up now for the night. Had 2 pretty decent paint sessions. This is my work for quite a while now. We'll be focusing on this painting for a little bit. We are starting to reach some good milestones. Our figures need some adjustments, but I like the overall face. The facial connection, and I think some of the details that I'm thinking of that are coming along, are really tying a lot of this stuff together, which is great. And although there's still a lot more to do, you can start to feel, at least I can, I don't know. I mean, I think other artists can too, but you can kind of start to feel where you're reaching certain milestones. And it feels good. Excuse me. All right. Well, thank you for being here. I'm gonna go freshen up by going for a walk. And take care, everyone. Thanks for being here. Hey, all right.